Okay, I'm sorry I have to like pause it in between when he's saying where he has to go, but it's to throw off the copyright things. And anyways, so here.
He can only choose to find you. You wish to speak with him?
Of course, we wish to speak to him.
Go to the edge of the desert, look up. Canis Minor. The dog that followed Orion through the sky.
The dog that followed Orion through the sky. But there's a couple dogs following Orion through the sky, right?
Follow the brightest star. Walk until you are almost dead. Then keep walking. When you are on your last breath, he will find you.
Okay, so to follow up on the telling him he has to go follow Sirius or Canis Minor in Orion, and the brightest star, and he's got to get to the table. So just really quick, we already know that we have him in relationship to the dog star, so he's got to follow Canis Minor, Orion, and they're going to get to the table. Okay, so there's the table Mensa. And just to show you, hence he made a table under the sky, under the clouds. All right, and it says that it's not, the constellation itself does not have an ancient mythology. However, what it's named after does, the Devil's Peak or Lion's Head. And interesting is that underneath or above Mensa actually is the Lion's Head. Okay, so when it's along the horizon line, so as it sits along the horizon line. All right, so we also know on the John Wick tattoo that he's got the cross, the wolf, and the fire, right? And we know that this is another big major thing in the whole John Wick 3 thing. You'll see dealing with the cross and everything, okay? You'll see all that. All right, so there's that. All right, so basically, like for him, the table, for that character and the table, it's almost like a pivot point. It's a region. And so Sirius kind of, well, it goes around like this, right? And this area is like its pivot point, all right, in the table. All right, so I just want to point that out so that you know that. We also know that in the Matrix, he's going to follow the rabbit down the hole. We also know that in replicas, they open with the unicorn. It's a drawing by his daughter in the new movie Replicas. All you got to do is watch the beginning, and immediately you'll see the unicorn. In Constantine, also, we know that we're dealing with the twins. And then we also know that the crab walks over his paw in Constantine. Yeah, so right here is the crab going, it's just a strange scene. Like we already know, it's a strange scene. Who puts their hand down and the crab just, the paw goes down and then all of a sudden there's just a crab. Yeah, so, it's nonstop clues to the fact that they're talking about and dealing with the stars. Now, another interesting thing in the John Wick, is that they're all under these umbrellas. Well, not all, but a whole bunch of them because of the constant water and wetness and stuff. Because that's where, for the most part, he's down in this area. And when we get to see the bright star ruling the winter skies at night and the summer skies during the day, but if he's down in the darkness in that scene, that's where he's going to be in relation to any event that is done. The constellation Coma Berenices, all right, so when that is going to be the one that rules, like the center here over these characters, that are in the wetness in the flood of the Milky Way under the umbrella. Now this part's just my interpretation because, again, I already know we're dealing with constellations and the stories and the myths. And one of the things that Coma Berenices, besides being the hair of the woman, it is also known for its umbrella stellar streams. So in Wick, we keep getting these umbrellas. So, of course, it's my opinion that they are giving the alignment that will be for the future event. And one of those future events, as far as I can tell, is in relationship to the bridges and possibly the A Dam West. And that is also linked to bridges, not just a dam and a flood. But anyways, I'll throw that video up right now so you'll see what I'm talking about within this one. All right.
And yet you gave John a 7-round Kimber 1911 knowing...
Okay, so as soon as she says 1911, we get the view of the bridge. If you are trying to learn this stuff, make sure you pay very close attention not only to the big events in the movies, such as Bane blowing up the bridges in the Batman movie, which, by the way, the most famous Batman of the TV series is Adam West. Adam West. Also pay very close attention to the subtle parts like this, where they're just talking, but they say 1911, and then they show the bridge.